Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version on our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister Vetta.
Hello.
And we are continuing our season 3 theme for this month, which is the pandemic movies. And on this episode, we are going to be talking about the movie The Happening. But before we get started, Vetta, on our review of this movie, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Venus flytrap.
Interesting. Why did you pick that?
Because this movie is based on plants.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah.
This was the funnest plant drink, and let me tell you, I am loving it. It has whiskey in it, gin, 2 types of rum.
Nice.
And you're supposed to do like passion fruit concentrate. Okay, I don't even know where you get that. I tried looking for it, and I was like, forget it. So I sprinkled I put a little Sprite in it. So it's supposed to be this bright yellow, which I'm assuming is from the passion fruit. Mine's kind of more of a not so bright yellow. It's yellowish. Oh my gosh, I have everything else in it. It is so good. It's a little tart. It's so good. There's so much alcohol in it. It's just delicious.
Nice. Well, it sounds delicious. I am drinking pandemic punch because our last episode,
right in the nose.
Yeah, our last episode we made it, and I liked it a lot. It tastes like candy, and I love it. Candy.
Those are dangerous drinks.
Yes, they are, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling it. I'm tipsy. So, had you seen this movie before this episode?
I saw it in the theaters when it came out.
Me too. Okay, so what did you think about it then, before you went and saw it, compared to now? What did you think?
I got shit to say. I get somebody was trying to make their all be nice to the planet, or it's not going to take care of you type of movie. But this is just kind of okay, silly, ridiculous. Just stop. Bad. As you would say, stop it. Just stop it.
You stop
it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying right now.
Right on.
From the get-go, Mark Wahlberg's first time on screen, he's spouting off all this shit.
Oh, I have. Yeah. Can we go to the very first scene, since we're getting into it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The girl's on the bench. Okay. I love how the one looks over and she hears that scream and she goes like, "Is that blood?" And then the next scene they show, I was like, I don't see any blood. What are you looking at? Yeah. It's just people standing.
I was like, you must have amazing vision.
Yeah. I couldn't see the victim. I couldn't see the blood. I couldn't see any of that nonsense. I was like,
why is whenever these things happen, there's always one person that's dazed and confused, and one person's all like, oh, what is that? What's going on? It's like every single time there. And then there's the one that's, comatose. I don't get that.
I don't get it either. Oh, Sweet Pea, there's plenty of this movie I don't get. Okay.
You know what this movie reminds me of? Just a little bit different. Do you remember Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive, where the machine?
Yes, we should do that movie next season.
Love that movie.
I call it. We're gonna do that movie. I'm not even joking.
Okay. Just a super shitty version of that, with the twist of the plants are making you kill yourself.
Right on. I love how at the beginning, when these 2 girls are sitting on the bench, how everybody's when this time watching it again, when everybody's just standing there, my immediate thought was, is this a fucking flash mob? Like, is this what's happening?
Well, I was streaming this and I forgot. I was like, what the fuck's going on with my internet? Why is everyone frozen?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I love when they hop over to like 3 blocks from Central Park. When the construction workers, I love how they're all like lemmings, just like walking across, like, yeah.
Or like when the cop shoots himself, everyone keeps picking up the gun until the bullets are out. Like, come on.
Right. Yes. So I did write down that Mark Wahlberg is not acting well in this movie.
Well, if you ever read any interviews that he's done, you know, at the time he did this movie, oh, it's wonderful to work with him, right? Shyamalan, this was a great film. Now he's like, wish I wouldn't have done it, but I did it, so it's out there.
Right. Well, I love how he asks his students in the first scene with him. He's like, did you guys see recently in the New York Times that bees are dying? And I'm like, no, fucker, kids don't read the New York Times, you asshole. They're not reading this. So no, they didn't see your stupid bee story.
This movie was made. No way.
Yeah.
No,
So
I mean, I think the New York Times has a TikTok channel, so they might be getting it on there. I don't know.
Right. And then I love how later on when he gets pulled out of his classroom from the Dark Lord,
they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't leave all of the kids in their classroom and remove every single teacher.
Well, I love how he goes, there was the principal goes, there was an attack on Central Park. And he goes, Central Park, that's odd. And I'm like, I go, why would the Central Park be an odd place to attack? It's huge. It's in the middle of Manhattan. I'm like, that sounds, there's always people there. I'm like, that sounds like the perfect place.
Yeah.
And so
we were just in New York. It's massive. It's like, I don't know how people run in it. I'd get lost. Like you see runners and you're like, where did they enter? Where do they exit? How do they know where they're going?
That's
There's
the thing.
A zoo inside of
exactly.
it. That's how big it is.
But it's odd to attack it. I'm like, that's no, it's not. No, it sounds pretty great, you know. So it's so stupid.
It doesn't sound that hard.
Yeah, so I did also write down that Elliot is the most useless person in this entire fucking movie. Like I was just like,
makes no sense. Like, why is he here? I mean, I think Elliot's only reason to be here is to give them the daughter.
Yeah, he's just and okay, so I wrote down, I love how when John Leguizamo and Mark Wahlberg are talking, which Mark Wahlberg, by the way, is the worst scientist ever. Like they're just the worst scientist, you know. He's mentioning bees and stuff.
Science teacher.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Anyways, we're science teacher then. Anyways, so I love how he's like, I'm gonna tell you something you shouldn't tell your best friend. So that part I was like, okay, fine. He's gonna give some real advice or whatever. But then Mark Wahlberg says this. Why is everyone saying that? No one has said that this entire movie, and no one says it beyond this point. No, I'm like,
that's why I was like, who else did you hear this from? I need more information.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm all like, was there a movie, like a prequel to this movie that I should have watched?
I feel like because Elliot brings up the wedding, I feel like everybody was telling him before the wedding, she's just not that into you, dude.
I was just like, as soon as he said that, I literally rewound it because I was like, did somebody else say that to him and I just missed it? Because
all you saw was him with his students and the group of teachers. One of his students definitely was like.
By the way, I just want to say this for somebody that's about names. Elliot is Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, Julian.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you're confusing me, fucker, and that's
I have drinks.
Drink. Yeah, let's drink it up, honey girl.
Woo-woo!
Anyways, so okay, so I love how what's her face, the girl in the movie, Zooey Deschanel, Alma, which is the worst fucking name ever. It's an old woman name. Isn't that the name of the piano player from Sister Act? Like Alma.
Yes, turn up your hearing aid.
I found the sequel. I know where Alma went from this movie to Sister Act. Anyways, so she joined the nunnery. Anyways,
she becomes a nun.
Yeah, I love how when she's talking to what's his name, Joey, she's all like, "Listen, we shared a piece of tiramisu," and I'm like, "Is that what the kids are calling it?"
Tiramisu is amazing, but
I love
feeling
tiramisu.
Guilty because she had dessert with a coworker, and obviously she was having feelings, but it was dessert. and she's all feeling horrible. And he makes a joke later because he's like, you're making this way worse than it really is.
Right on. Yeah, no, as soon as she said we had a tiramisu together, I was like, first off, I was like, delicious. And second, I was like, oh, is that what we're calling it now? Because if we're gonna refer it to food, then I prefer hormone sandwich, you know.
I was like, is that a code word because you're on a train? Or did you really have tiramisu? If so, where did you get it? Because you're making me want some. And second of all, it's fucking dessert. You didn't blow him under the table.
Yeah, no, exactly. So after they are on the train and the train stops and everything, so what is going on with Elliot? So Elliot knows something's going on, and these train workers are all like, we quit.
We can't get a hold of anybody.
Yeah, my whole thing is like, is Mark Wahlberg is the only one on this train asking questions. Apparently. I can tell you right now, I've been in a movie theater where the movie stopped or the sound went out, and more people are asking questions about the fucking movie than on this movie about the train stopping. I'm all like,
and my thing is why did they insist that that's where it stops? I mean, just get back on the train and outrun it. This thing.
Exactly. And the thing is, the train workers, they're just all standing up in the huddle like, we quit, bitch. Find your own way home. And I'm all like, man, these train workers are not playing around. Like, they're just like, good luck, motherfuckers.
And how ruthless were the people at the diner when they realized that they got to get 90 miles away where there's no population?
Oh, I love that fat woman that at the diner that showed that video of the lion eating that person.
The ridiculous cat tiger video
where
the guy's
that little girl is
chunky.
The little girl just watched. I'm like, what kind of a person are you to let a child watch a video like this?
Ever. The one arm's like all big and the other one's all like super skinny, like he only lost weight in his arm on his last diet.
I have a question for you. After they all find out that they're like 90 miles away from safety and they all leave and everything, do you think any of them tipped?
No, because I don't even think the waiters and the cooks stayed around.
So I do have to say this. I don't like that John Leguizamo left his child with
Zooey
I
love
Deschanel.
my husband to the moon and back.
Yeah, exactly.
But if my children were 8 years old, mine are pretty old and pretty self-sufficient.
Yeah, and I love how he's like, don't take your hand unless you mean it. I'm like, way to threaten her now, fucker.
Like, this is the time for threats, buddy.
Yeah,
You're gonna kill yourself in about 20 minutes, so just calm down.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm like, you are leaving to go find your already dead wife because she's dead.
Yeah, she's a goner for sure.
Yeah.
Also, I love how he finds a ride with those two people, the hot dog guy.
Yeah.
Which he loves hot dogs.
Owner that loves hot dogs and is very disappointed when neither of them likes hot dogs.
Well, by the way, I just want to say I love hot dogs. They're great.
Dogs are delicious.
So good. I love the beef ones though. Those are my favorites.
love a good Hebrew National. Those are really
those
good.
are delicious. Yeah, because they're kosher and we can eat them.
Yes.
Yeah, but the
Something
beef
about
ones are
kosher meat. Just
for sure.
I think it's a mental thing that
I do break with the rules.
Blessed.
I do break the rules sometime and eat the beef ones, but rules were made to be broken,
No, we had this discussion on the last episode or 2 episodes. They're there to protect you. And
that's true. We do, but they're so good. The kosher ones aren't as good. Anyways. Okay. So I love how the wife is all like, we got those binoculars in the back when you were spying on the neighbors. And I was like, hot dog. Yeah, I was like, hot dog guy is a creeper. Like, he's just a straight up creeper.
Like, they're naughty.
They're so naughty, little naughty business. Bad baby.
You think he's just a gardener? No, he's not.
Yeah, he's gardening something. Her flower bed.
He's cutting those bushes.
Yeah. All right, we've got too many gardening puns. Anyways, so I love how when they find that soldier who was ridiculous. I just want to say that.
The worst soldier on the planet.
Yeah, the worst. And then so they
second day on the job.
Mm-hmm. So they separate, right? And they're in the smaller group with like the Asian family, and then the two frat boys, but not really fat boys. I mean fat boys. Anyways, so I love how they're running, and he's like, he's like, we got to stay ahead of the wind. I'm like, can you outrun wind? Like, is that a thing? Like when they started running, I was like, you're gonna fail. It's the fucking wind, dude.
Flash, what's happening?
As soon as they started running, I was like, I really want you to die right now because you're just stupid.
Catch you and you to die because I don't think you can outrun it.
I was just, as soon as they did, I was just like, they're trying to outrun the wind. It made me so happy because it was so ridiculous. So they get to that house and then those two boys die, which I was like, that's kind of hardcore. You fuckers in this house are hardcore. Straight up, like, don't come into my house.
They're not in the south, they're in the northeast.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah. So this is my question though. Don't you think Josh brought it upon him and Jared by kicking the door and be like, we just want you to for a little girl, let us in. And I was like,
I mean, maybe
dude, they already threatened you. Move on to the next house.
I mean, maybe whatever the white kid's name was, maybe he should have been shot, but the black kid was like not kicking shit. No. He was just standing there.
Jared was just like, I can see stuff moving.
I love how you memorized all their names. Not really though. I was joking. But yeah, no, when they shot them, I was like, that was hardcore, you guys. Like a hardcore.
You just killed teenagers. I mean, teenagers are stupid, but they don't deserve to die.
Yeah. I mean, some of them do. But anyways,
well, so what did you think when they got to the nice / mean crazy old lady's house?
I have thoughts.
Let's
get into. I could talk about her all day because she was my favorite part of this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
I loved her.
Yeah, I loved her so much because she was like nice, but then she'd like have a snap of weirdo-ness and then she'd come back to like her senses, and you're like
when she's on the porch and he walks up, are you and I up my lemon drink? You know that had vodka in it. That's why she's like, keep your mitts off.
Yeah, my whole thing was, I love that she called it a lemon drink. I'm like, honeybee, that's called lemonade. Okay. You're the only person ever to call it a
lemon drink because she spiked it. It's no longer just lemonade.
I mean, I guess so, but I'm just like, man, she called it lemon drink. I was like, that's so good. I was like, I love this woman so much. I love her so much.
When she smacks the girl's hand for
okay. So I have thoughts on this subject. Okay, first off, I go.
The sarcasm she has is the best too.
When she's like, don't touch things that aren't yours. And I'm like, okay, you set those cookies out to not be eaten by everybody. What's going on here? What's going on?
It's not hers until you offer it, but there's exactly 4, and there's 4 of you, and it is a meal.
Yeah,
I'm super confused. Or maybe she was supposed to ask.
But did she ask for the dinner that they just ate? It was so weird, but at the same time, I loved it. Yeah. And I just go, listen, if somebody smacked my child, I'm just like, you're an old bitch.
Any child.
Yeah, I'm like you're an old bitch. Us two could take you. So you better watch yourself, hooker. Okay, because you're gonna catch these hands.
Eye contact and be like, she's crazy. I'd be like, shit.
Not Zooey Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg. Those pussies just sat there and let that little girl take a beating.
Made eye contact with each other.
Oh no, yeah. I totally think they could have taken her.
And then when she's in the nightgown, you're whispering, I can hear you.
Yeah, and she's like, are you planning to murder me in my sleep? And he's like, what?
First, no, you're gonna steal my stuff, and then she's like, then you're gonna murder me in my sleep. And they're like, what? And Mark Wahlberg's responses are so good because they're like,
what?
Yeah,
it's so good. I love that shit. It's so good.
That was my favorite part of the movie when they're at the old lady's house.
Yeah. So I love when she ends up catching the virus.
Yeah.
And she starts walking. She's like talking to her plants like a fucking weirdo. And then she starts walking backwards. And then I love how she's like slamming her face up against the wall. And it's like a thump, thump. And I swear to God, when she was doing, I was like, oh, Black Betty, bam, ba-lam, bam, bam, Black Betty, bam, ba-lam, bam, bam, and everything. And then
trying to knock down the house.
Yeah, exactly. And then, okay, so here's my question for you. When she smashes the windows, right? Because the virus is to hold on. I'm like so getting tipsy here. Okay. So the virus, it causes you to end yourself, right?
Yep.
But when she smashes into the window, her thought process should have been to take a piece of glass like John Leguizamo and maybe cut her throat or smash her throat or head into the glass, right? But no, she doesn't. She goes to the next window and she smashes that one, aka letting the wind in. Do you think, I wrote this down, do you think that the wind/plants infected her and told her, I'm putting up quotations so those who can't see me, told her to break the windows to kill the other people?
No, I think she's just batshit crazy, and that was the batshit crazy coming out. I didn't do it with the first window. Let's try the next one. Because I feel like that was her plan. She was sticking to it.
Can we jump back just for a hot minute? I wrote this down. I forgot to mention it. Okay. So when they're in the fake house with the fake plants and he starts talking to the fake, the model home, and that big group of people come in, that guy lays down and lets the lawnmower run over him. That lawnmower death took so long. I don't
think he would die just from that. I think that would be a long, excruciating, lay there till you bleed out death.
Well, I literally was like, how long is this death scene?
He started the lawnmower, watched it mow half the yard, and then laid down.
I was like, this is taking so long. And then, okay, one more thing, because I forgot to mention it because it's in my side notes. I love how they get to that fence and they find that random radio with the radio program on it.
The only thing I could think of is like farmers put it there and leave it. The farmers,
but wouldn't rain destroy it? Like, I'm just know. As soon as I saw it, I was all like, what? What's going on here?
Just a radio tied to a fence. You don't have those?
yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I don't think this is a thing. I think M. Night Shyamalan thinks this is a thing. Okay, so that's all I have, except for I really wish they would have died in that end part where he's like, I want to be with you and I'm going to be with you. Bring along the kid so she can die too.
Well, my whole thing is that whole time they're having that speech, because it ended at 9:27 and it shows you that when that all happens, it's 9:58. So that whole time it's been done to begin with. That's just normal wind. So they're having that whole heart to heart and I want to be with you. And there's no need for it. So
right.
They're just stupid.
They're just little idiots.
Yeah.
Okay. So after this whole thing is done, the event, okay, the happening, which they should have called it that instead of the event or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
It's 3 months later. Okay. And they're getting this little girl for school. Did you notice that New York is fully populated? like after the Central Park situation.
3 months, they could, the whole Northeast cleans up all those bodies.
It's like it never slept, which is true because New York never sleeps.
No, it doesn't.
But I was like,
no shit.
No
just
shit.
There.
Yeah. Like I was all like, there's so many people here. Did not anybody die in New York?
Well, she did get on the short bus, so clearly there aren't that many because the kids aren't on normal buses.
Maybe, but I just like as soon as I saw it,
they definitely were using stock footage with too many people.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So then it takes place again. Oh, did you want to talk about anything else before I talk about the very last scene in France?
No, I just was like, I could care less that she was pregnant. I was like,
oh, right. Yeah.
I don't understand the relevance of that, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, she ate tiramisu with a guy, so he should have just divorced her.
He did almost buy cough syrup from the really hot pharmacist.
Yes.
And he didn't even have a cough. That's $6.
Exactly. Way to get back at her, asshole. Right. Okay, so I love how it takes place in France because as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, it doesn't even matter. They're all dead because you know how the French love to just give up. And so they just would have walked outside and been like, let's just give up.
Talk about people that it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, this is no problem. We will just go outside and give up and let them take us and everything. So, yeah. Okay. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say about this movie?
Yeah, I would just go. I've seen it multiple times. I mean, it's not
would
good.
You recommend
it's not bad.
This movie?
It does have fun moments. So get yourself a couple cocktails and watch it. Don't watch it sober. It's not as fun.
I would say don't watch this movie. I would not recommend this movie.
You've watched it multiple times. You paid money to see it in the theater.
Yeah, when it first came out, and this is like I think the third time. I think the second time was I watched it with my wife because she.
Yeah, I've only seen it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I think this is my third time because when I was watching, I was like, oh, I forgot this part. This is fun. So I was like, how many ways can we kill people in this movie? I would not recommend it. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
That's why I said grab a couple cocktails.
No, don't cocktails didn't make this better.
Make a drinking game out of it.
No, don't, you guys, I'm telling you, don't waste your time. Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't listen to her. What does she know? Anyway.
Yeah, I picked this theme for the month.
Yeah, exactly.
So I apologize. Thank goodness
you
we're
rest
through it.
my case. All right, let's move on to the question portion of our podcast. Okay, so what is your question for this episode?
So my question is, and I find it a hard question. That's why I asked it. What is your favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Well, this wasn't hard. It's Sixth Sense. I love them. Yeah.
It's only one.
Oh, it's the only one. Oh, no. I disagree.
I like the Village. I can do. And there's another one. The Sign's not horrible.
Well, I didn't think Signs, but Unbreakable. You didn't like Unbreakable?
Oh shit! Did he direct that?
He wrote and directed that. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. I do like that one.
Yeah. No, I would say okay.
Does that mean he did Glass too?
He did Glass. Yeah.
Oh, well, then you are correct. Then it isn't the only one. I apologize, M. Night Shyamalan. My bad.
Shamalama ding dong, you little
Walla walla
idiot.
bing bang.
Yeah, no, I would say I do like that. Okay, so this is what I like from him. I like The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. Signs was okay. The Village was okay. Lady in the Water was pure shit. This is shit.
God.
The Last Airbender, After Earth.
He did the Last Visit. Airbender.
Yeah, The Visit was pretty good. Did you see The Visit?
The grandparent one?
Yeah.
That was him?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one too.
Yeah,
okay,
I like that one too.
I really apologize, M. Night Shyamalan.
Well, and then he did Split and Glass and everything. And then he did do Old, which I didn't think was that great. It was okay.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, it's fine. And then he's doing some other ones. Anyways. But yeah, no, my favorite is The Sixth Sense, just because it's his first one. I feel like it's the most coherent one out of all of them.
It was a nice twist movie that most people didn't get, but I totally got it and ruined it for our entire.
Oh my God. Oh, I want to say right now, the first time I saw this was in the drive-in. Me and my twin brother, Marlon, your brother, we were sitting outside the car and a bunch of people were sitting out, and me and him were totally like, well, he's dead. He died in the beginning. He died. He's dead. We totally called it, and no one will believe us that we called it because we were like young.
Oh, I saw the movie with my husband, and my friend Robin from high school was visiting us here in Minnesota, and we went and seen it, and we're in the movie, and the part where he's talking to the kid for the first time, I looked at my friend. And right after that, like when he says, I see dead people and it gets really silent, I didn't know that. And I said, oh, Bruce is dead. And my friend goes, what? And I go, Bruce is dead. And as I said that, the whole theater I was like, oh shit, I just ruined this whole movie for an entire theater.
You're that person.
I am that person.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that I'm not the only one, because me and Marlon were just like, oh, he's dead. He's dead, but nobody would believe us that we guessed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question for you is, fucker, is what is, in your opinion, the worst M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Oh, this is easy. I've said it before on this podcast, and I'll say it as many times as I can. After Earth.
That's mine. What a complete piece of shit. Oh my goodness.
I've never seen the whole thing. I can't get through it.
Oh, the acting is bad. The story makes no sense. The big twist is that, oh, we landed on Earth. Okay, it's called After Earth, fucker. We all guessed it.
We knew you were coming to Earth.
It makes no sense whatsoever. And there's like this creature that like can't see you if you don't fear it. And I'm all like, but the fucking thing's huge and it's got claws and shit. I'm scared of it and I'm just watching a movie. Like, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's like the dumbest movie. I'm all like, maybe M. Night Shyamalan should be told no sometimes. Maybe that'll happen.
Right. No is still an acceptable answer.
Yeah,
I tell it
exactly.
to
Like,
my children all the time.
exactly. And he's like a child. Maybe you should just be told no. Like,
Yep.
maybe you shouldn't do, every thought that comes through your mind, make it into a
Just
movie.
because you had a dream when you dropped some acid or something doesn't mean it should be a movie.
Exactly.
Or who knows, maybe those are just the regular dreams he has, and he has the meds so he doesn't have those dreams.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. All right. Well, do you have anything else that you want to say about this movie?
No, but I do think that's the first time we've had a double matchies on the question.
No, that's so true. I can't even think if we ever have one before.
No.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening to us. Follow us on Twitter. We are at BS Drunk Pod, and follow us there to stay updated. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast or on Spotify, please give us a 5-star rating review. We would really appreciate it. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to us there. On YouTube, we are BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And don't forget to drink, recap, and review. Oh gosh, drink, recap, review, and repeat. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.